Hello, collective. Welcome back to Love, Light, and Life Affirmed, your daily affirmations for self love and growth. Hey, you guys. Welcome back into the channel, my collective. So, this is going to be Threads of Karma. Of course, our Threads of Karma oracle messages are just for our healing, finding closure, and working on, understanding soul lessons, right? Just from situations that we've all been a part of at some point. Okay. So I'm just going to pull a spread for that. And then I'm also going to grab a few messages from our evolution growth deck. Also, get you guys a life message at the end as well to close it out. All right, you guys. I hope you guys have had an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, or whenever you guys are watching this. Welcome back, all of my current followers and subscribers. You guys are absolutely amazing. The love and support you guys are showing me in the channel, it never goes unseen. Thank you guys so much. So much. I send all that love back to you guys tenfold. Thank you, all the incoming followers and subscribers, for being here with us. Thank you for joining the Soul Tribe. Just make sure when you hit that notification bell, make sure you hit the all button just so that you don't miss any of the other messages that I upload for you guys as well, okay? And if you guys want to know any more information about me and the channel, be sure to check out the description box. I do have a link to my Etsy shop there as well. And then also, if you guys want to donate to the channel, it will be a true blessing. Definitely not necessary because, like I said, I really love to do this for you guys. But if you do, there is a link to my Cash App and also my Venmo as well. All right, you guys, let's see what soul lessons and healing our collective needs to be focused on at this time. Just get a few, and then we'll talk about them. Oh, wow. There's definitely some messages for us. Ooh, that want to come out. I'm curious. Oh, wow. That one flew across. Interesting. That's interesting. It's going to be a pretty serious one. Okay. Let's get one more. All right. All right, collective. What is our soul lessons for today? So the first one that came out, we'll start here. We have overcome self-doubt. Self-doubt clouds your vision, trust your abilities, and take the leap. Your future self will thank you. So we have a group of you guys who maybe are feeling some self-doubt when it comes to a particular situation, whether that's in love, whether that's in work and finance, in a relationship, dealing with parents, dealing with kids. There's a level of doubt that you're feeling about a particular situation that is probably holding you back. Let me tell you guys that doubt is almost like the equivalent to feeling fear, right? It's just something that delays you moving forward. So while it's okay to understand what you're feeling and work through that emotion, don't sit there, right? Because it just further delays you when you continue to doubt. If you have a doubt about something, or if you feel a particular way, let's just say if you have a doubt about a particular piece of information, do whatever you can to figure out the answer so you don't have to doubt, so you don't have to worry, so you don't have to, you know what I mean, fear the unknown, right? Find the solution, find the answer. If this is about self-doubt as far as like a personal skill that you have, and you're not sure that you can actually fulfill the needs of this particular skill that someone needs you to do, okay, just be honest. Because if somebody is approaching you and they're asking you to do something, that obviously means that they have a level of confidence that maybe you don't even have in yourself. Maybe they're seeing something in you that maybe you're not seeing yet. Sometimes people will approach you even if you haven't done something before, based on the fact that they see how you work in other areas of your life and they see the potential. So don't allow self-doubt to keep you from moving into doing something incredible, especially if this is about like career, right? There could be a CEO of a company or a manager that wants to give you a promotion to a position that you've never done before. However, they see how you work on a day to day. They see your consistency. They see your grit. They see that you work independently. You don't have to be told what to do. You don't half-ass do your work. And so they know that if they give you this position, while you may not have the experience in it, they trust that you will handle it with care. They trust that you will do what it takes to gain the knowledge, the wisdom, the know how in order to perform, because that's just your work ethic anyway. So, self doubt is in our subconscious, but don't allow it to delay you or keep you from blessings, collective, okay? Don't do that. All right. The next one out we have is change your fate. Your story isn't fixed, collective. It's unfolding. With every choice you make, claim your power and write a new ending. So, this is for a group of you guys who maybe have been in a sort of lifestyle, you've lived a certain life for a while, and maybe you're feeling a little bit discouraged because maybe you're kind of like, I guess this is how my life is going to be forever. But deep down, you really wish that you can change it. But you don't need to wish, collective. You can change it. Even if the change is not instant, you can change it. You have the power to write your own life story. I don't care how it looks right now. Understand that you can grab control of it at any point in time and decide to make a different move, to make a different choice. If this is about work, we'll start with work. If you are not satisfied in your position, while yes, you may need to keep the job for now because obviously, like us all, we all have bills, right, that we need to pay. Some people are more fortunate than others. But if this is a job that is not your life goal, this has nothing to do with your purpose, it doesn't bring you that inner fire and flame and passion, then as you keep this job and you are doing what you need to do to maintain, start looking at where you want to go and start taking small steps towards it. It doesn't have to be spoken. You don't have to tell everybody what you're doing. Just make some moves. But you have control to change your story, collective. Shatter the false story. So, okay. Somebody needs to work on their life story, it seems. What you keep telling yourself might not be the truth. Break the illusion and meet your soul without the mask. Again, I feel like I'm connecting to a group of you guys who are living in this self doubt, feeling like you can't change your life in the way that you truly desire. You feel stuck for some reason. And you know that every day you wake up and you go through your normal everyday routines, you have this mask over your face because you don't want people to truly see the misery that you feel, or the unhappiness that you feel, or the lack of desire that you really feel. But you feel it. You feel it. Even if nobody else sees it on you, truth be told, people can also feel it. So even if you think that that mask is covering you up, sorry to say, people still know. When you're truly unhappy, when you're truly not satisfied, when you truly don't have what your heart's desiring, it's going to show in some way. So shatter this illusion, create this, start to create the story that you want, that you desire, collective, because you have the power to do so. Face what you've avoided. Avoidance is a chain in disguise. What you're not willing to face still controls you. Exactly. And this is where a lot of you guys are, if this is your story. Okay? Because this is for a group of you guys, not everybody, obviously. But a lot of us have probably been in this position in life before where We're living this life that society says is how you should live it, but it may not truly be how you want to live your life, right? That is just a reality. But instead of facing that, standing up for what you truly want, a lot of people, because they just want to seem normal, they want to conform, they don't want to stand out, they're afraid of their uniqueness, they're afraid of what people will say about them if they don't conform, that people just avoid it. And they don't realize it's a chain connecting them to things that they don't truly want. And it's an invisible chain that they placed around their own ankle, a ball and chain that doesn't allow them to be free or walk away or do the things in life that they truly want. It's just a chain in disguise, you guys. So face what you fear so it doesn't control you. There you go. Confirmation. Somebody needs to try to work on facing their fears. Because once you actually face it, it's no longer controlling you. And you actually realize that it has no power once you faced it. And face control issues. A group of you guys have control issues. You want to control everything, people, places, and things in your life that are not meant to be controlled. Trying to control others only limits your own freedom. Let go of the need for control and trust in the flow. And I feel like if you're trying to control everyone around you, it's because you're trying to make people believe the illusion that you're showing with this mask that you're wearing. Because if you were not wearing a mask and you were being true to yourself, and that would mean you were free yourself and you didn't need to control anyone else. It wouldn't matter what anybody else thought of you because you're living our life as you want, not as you want people to make it seem like. And last, clear entangled karma. Every relationship holds lessons. Break free from karmic ties that no longer serve your growth. Yep. And in order for some of you guys that I'm connecting with, in order for you guys to clear this entangled karma, that means that you are going to have to step out of the illusion of this relationship, of this job, and walk away. Find your freedom. Break this avoidance chain that you've connected to your ankles, that you've allowed other people to connect to have you chained up against a branch of a tree, the bark of a tree for all these years. It's time to face that fear so that you can start to create your story the way that you want and let go of control, especially out of fear. All right, let's get a few evolution and growth messages for you guys. One more, please. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. There are definitely some advice for my collective at this time. Let's see. Stuck energy, alignment. You have stuck energy that can be caused by holding on to pain or having resistance to let new energy flow in. Get grounded and reconnected to your body once again. Yeah, that's how a lot of you guys are feeling right now. You're feeling stuck, stuck in a situation with a person, place, or thing. And this is what you really are wanting to awaken, expand. You have been receiving messages that it's time for your soul to expand beyond the 3D vision. You are an old soul that is here to do many great things. You have come to realize this through doing the hard work and emerging with your higher self. There is no going back. So enjoy this new way of being by having acceptance and inner peace moving forward. Yep. What else? Inflexible. Change. You or the person involved are set in ways that are impeding growth. Be more open minded and see the other person's point of view to expand your perspective in a healthily. Oftentimes, being too rigid masks the problem that causes imbalance and unrest. Flexibility is needed to create flow. Some of you guys have been stuck in these situations, stuck in these beliefs that you've grown up with, that have been given to you, and that no longer resonate with you, but you feel like it's impossible to get out of. There's like, again, the stuck energy where but you really want to expand. You really want to know what it feels like to be an individual, to be free, to be able to do the things in life that you truly desire, that ultimately probably would make you money because it's your heart's desire. But it's like this stuckness because you are inflexible, because you have to control everything around you to make sure people see things about you in a certain way when it's not really you anyway. So maybe it's time for new beginnings. So start with your intentions. New doors are opening and new opportunities are here. You are shifting into a higher frequency by honoring yourself and your accomplishments. It's time for a fresh start and a clean slate. Clean slate, just like this blank page in this book collective. You are being asked to only bring your new self into this new chapter. Exactly. It's time for you guys to start again. Start writing your new story, one that makes you feel good on the inside, one that makes your heart sing and flutter, sets you on fire, makes you feel passionate, makes you feel encouraged to wake up every day, to go do that thing, to put effort and time into that thing. Because I know we all have that thing deep down. Some of us are already doing those things. And if you are in those positions and you're already doing those things, whether that is about expressing yourself in an artistic way, whether that is about having a particular position at a job in a certain industry, whether that is about using your hands to build something, create something, whether you paint, sing, dance, whatever. Some of you guys are there and you are doing that thing your heart truly desires, and it makes you feel good to wake up and do that every single day. So keep doing that. But to the ones of you who are not, and you're doing things out of obligation, you're doing things because that's what's expected, that's what everybody wants you to do, but it has nothing to do with what you want, it's time for you to figure out what you need to write in your book. Better boundaries, communication. Creating boundaries requires self love and discipline. It's not about you shutting people out or being unkind. It is about you telling them you care enough about yourself to create boundaries that are for your highest good. Clear communication is needed to keep your boundaries intact. I feel like when you set boundaries with people who maybe you didn't have boundaries up with before, people are offended because they can't see beyond themselves, beyond what they want out of the situation, beyond their ego, beyond what they desire. They ridicule you, they talk shit about you, they make it seem like you are better or you feel like you're better when they have no idea. It's really just about you understanding that it was time for a transition in your life. It was time to grow. It was time to evolve. That your heart desired more. And even if theirs didn't, you still had to do what you had to do for yourself. People like you to be stuck with them. Misery loves company, as they say. But if you don't want to be miserable, it means that you have to choose not to be stuck. Look beyond what people show you. Are you really going towards your dreams at any point in your day, at any point in your life? Or are you stuck in a cycle? Because honestly, most people are looking for fun and adventure. They're looking for joy. It's time to play and get reacquainted with your childlike self. Open up to your sense of adventure and fantasy. You've been way too serious and moving through the motions. Snap out of it and have some fun. This is how I'm going to end your advice on this one because it pertains to the message and it's the perfect conclusion. It is time for you to have fun. Whatever fun means to you, whatever fun and joy is unique to you, is what you also need to be investing in. Yes, if you love having a family and a married life, as you should, that's a beautiful thing. It's an absolute beautiful dynamic when you have a family of people who are on the same page, who love each other, respect each other, who help each other grow. But if this is the type of relationship or marriage where only one person is benefiting while the other person is suffering internally, some changes need to be made, some new decisions need to be made if you so choose, because you have the right to stay in whatever type of relationship you choose. This is never me telling you what you have to do. This is me encouraging you to do what maybe your heart already knows it wants to do. And that it's okay, that you don't need to feel guilty about it because you want more, because you want true joy, because you want your heart's desire, especially if it's something that has no ill intentions and it just brings you more light. It brings life to you. It brings passion. It brings growth. It makes you want to be better. That means it's truly for you. And that's never a bad thing. All right. Well, that is what I got for you guys. I appreciate you being here with me. I know these sometimes can be a little bit deep, but again, it's okay to look at those things that are not always that comfortable to look at, right? Again, it's like facing your fear. Once you face it, once you really look at it, it's nothing to really fear. It's just about what do you want to do with it, you know? And you have the right to write your story however you want to write your story, collective. All right, you guys, I hope this gave you some food for thought. If the message did resonate, I would love to know about it. Hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and follow your girl. But until next time, you guys, bye. And P.S., you got this.